In my mind, painting from the soul is the future of art. This is JaneEvershed, and here is another in my series of art teachings. So anyone can learn a skill and be a master craftsperson behind paint, charcoal, lead, whatever medium you use, right? Yet, as the vast landscape that constitutes visual art morphs into the future, these skills have been made almost redundant by the actual techno skills of digital art programs. You know, you just take a snapshot now and then it looks for all the world like an etching or an oil painting or a sketch with just a few strokes of the keyboard. And I've spoken about that before, but that's my opening. So the one thing digital art programs will never be able to do is paint from the soul or the imagination. And why is that? Because they have no soul. They may have a mastermind digital expertise, supreme nerd techno-artist sitting behind their keystrokes to create incredible looking original art, but it will always be digital. And in my understanding, the digital art programs themselves create a barrier to true expression. Processing a beautiful memory or landscape from the heart and the soul is a completely different thing when you take it through a digital program. It kind of kills the connection from the memory into the mind, through the heart, into the hand, and finally onto the canvas. That is a sacred process. And when you stick it through a computer program, it creates a digital firewall that will always exist when using technology to convey soul-felt ideas. I feel like if I painted only through keyboard strokes, I feel like I would have to call myself a transhumanist artist. Because, look at it, I am employing a wholly technical method to convey my image, and now it's not a heartfelt conveyance anymore. So this new phenomena of digital art takes true art into a whole new realm. It really elevates it. Because this is a realm where the imagination is queen, the ability to convey the soul on canvas is king, and the skill to use real art tools, paints, brushes, whatever it is you use, are the princes and princesses of the royal family of art. The strokes made by real brushes are far superior to those made by keyboard strokes, because the human element involved in making those strokes are not interrupted by a technological firewall that cuts them off from the cosmos. Think handwritten love letter as opposed to, say, an email love letter. Two very different things. So, since painting from the soul can only be imitated by digital art programs, then hands-on imagination artists have now been elevated to a place in time that they have never been before. Unless, of course, superior civilizations lived before us, but that's a whole nother story. So now we are a dying breed. Because, you know, when one takes into account that schools are dropping art classes like flies through lack of funding and, of course, by design, we see a future where these hands-on artists are beginning to die out. But we also see a future where hands-on artists will become elevated greatly in our society and also very much treasured as there become fewer and fewer of us. So never mind the art curriculums that are still standing, by the way, where the teaching methods leave much to be desired. Show me a school art class that teaches painting from the soul with meditation. I don't know that many exist, but I honestly hope some do. So why all this emphasis on digital art and real art? I'll tell you why. Because teaching art correctly from the beginning has the propensity to turn our world into a very beautiful place. And how is that? Because as I've said before, and I'll just reiterate here once again, that once you teach creativity through art, art is the tool to teach it, because it fires up the creative synapses in the brain, gets those neurons going in creative ways, and then it is easily translated into other disciplines. So if you're a doomer, or if you're an engineer, or whatever you turn out to be in life, once those synapses have been generated from an early age, you will always be creative in any endeavor that you do. This is why art is so very important to humanity's future and positive evolution. Alright, thanks a lot for listening to this one. And if you like my work, please subscribe and hit the notification button. And I hope to see you back here again sometime for another of my art teachings.